Are you tired of going out in public looking like a stupid bastard? Well, not anymore. Cover up your shame and let JP put his FUNTIME inside you with EGOTASTIC tees. What are you waiting for? Click on the link below to get wet with fashion.
I'm gonna like the way you look.
EGOTASTIC tees!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to EGOTASTIC FUNTIME Special Surprise Edition. Special, oh man, I got to do a live show quick because I don't have a lot of time edition. I am heading out tomorrow. I'm flying out for the final Axonar shoot. I'm going to be helping out with the behind the scenes, the live streaming, actor interviews, and working on a special project that I can't really talk about right now. What's going on, guys? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I assume these things are happening. I'm using STREAMYARD, so let me get my mind reacquainted with this fantastic site, this fantastic tool used for streaming and recording regular videos and doing interviews and having guests. Thank you, Sugar Plum. Sugar Plum can hear. Hey, Mark Shed Talk. Hello from Brisbane, Australia. Ooh, Australia. I've been watching the Australian edition of The Farmer Wants a Wife, which apparently they've done like 12 seasons over in Australia. Farmers in Australia, they call them bush bachelors. Bush bachelors decided, hey, I'm lonely living out here in the middle of nowhere, working my farm. I would like to have a special lady friend. So it's a dating competition. Sounds dumb, but it's fun. And I mostly use it just to learn about the country in Australia. Because here in the United States, all we really know about Australia is Sydney, Australia. But of course, there's an entire continent, an entire country over there, not just the one city. So it's fun learning about other areas. Down under. Sound yes, video yes, says Mr. Tommy Pickles. So tomorrow I am flying out for the Axonar shoot. I plan on it. I don't know if it needs to be a lot of work. I don't know what they have planned for me, but I plan on making it a lot of work because they're kind enough to fly me out. I might as well do as much for them as I can and then get back here to my neck of the woods and get back to work, get back to paying bills, which is what life is it not? Sugar Plum, we know it from Finding Nemo. Oh, good old Finding Nemo. Thomas Landry, hi JP from El Dorado, Kansas. Hey, that's just up north from me. I'm over here in Oklahoma. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. So I wasn't really able to come out with a video this week because I started working on a video. But when it comes to working on anything, content creation, I have to do it in the evenings because in the daytimes, I got to work. So I go to work, I come home, I work on the thing. So I decided, this month being remonetized, I put up a bunch of clips from live shows or I made some quick videos just off the top of my head. I don't like doing that. It's fun once in a while. If there's a good reason to do it, it's fine. But you know me, I like to write stuff down. I like to come up with a video with the script. I like to film it and record it, and then I like to edit it, and I like to put it up on the YouTube. So even though it's a bad idea, YouTube has proven over and over again that, man, you need a team of people to put out that type of content. Well, I don't have a team of people. I don't even want a team of people. I just want me. I find value in myself, as we all hopefully do. So I started writing the script for my next video, a real video, with editing. And I started going through and I'm like, man, this is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I still have like 2 areas still to write, but after I'm done writing it, I'm like, oh, I need to rewrite it after I'm done writing it because it's way too long. And I need to like Ernest Hemingway, brevity is the soul of wit. which I don't even know if that was him, but if somebody's famous said that once. And I need to reduce it and make it much smaller, much more wham bam. Thank you, JP, and put it up. But it's going to take time, and I don't have that time this week. So when I get back from the Action Art shoot, I'll finish writing the script, and I'll rewrite it, film it, edit it, post it, and we'll do our next live stream next Thursday. I want to have every Thursday do live streams. Fingers crossed on that one. Life gets in the way. Like even today, life is in the way. I got to do the live stream. I love doing the live stream. I want to do the live stream, but I had to go take the doggy to the vet. Normal annual checkup. Nothing's going on. So I had to take the doggy to the vet, and then I had to go grocery shopping, and then we just got home from the grocery shopping. Jessica right now is putting away all the stuff that we got for groceries. And I'm here doing the live stream. So I'm like, I need to do it because after I'm done with this, I need to get everything ready and packed for my trip tomorrow. Oh, you guys, what am I going to do? Life is too much right now. How do I deal with this? Sugar Plum, do a collab with Space Dock Channel about Orville ships. I love Orville ships. And just think about the changes, just the Orville alone, just the ship, the Orville, ECV 197, all the changes it's gone through in its 3 seasons. It was a very nice little ship in season 1. Still a nice ship, a little bit better looking in season 2, faster in season 2. And then season 3, oh my goodness, all the panels, the changes on the interior of the ship, took those carpets out. I know Tharl loved the carpets, but hey, the carpets get stained, and they've actually had to, in some of the previous seasons, digitally remove stains from the carpet. So they're like, let's get rid of the carpet. Plus it looks slick. You can still have carpets in your personal quarters, but if it's a working area for the entire crew, we're not going to have carpets, most likely. Thanks, Bob Grimes. Bob Grimes says, congrats on being remonetized. Well, the big congrats will be if next week, because EGOTASTIC FUNTIME ain't doing so good until next week, hopefully YouTube pays me the money they owe me from when they demonetized me. They didn't pay me an entire month of wages that they owed me. So hopefully it carries over. And if it does, oh my gosh, it's going to be a lifesaver. I'll be able to get caught up on everything and then start fresh and new. Oh, DJ129. Ted came to the UK and I started watching and it's hilarious. Oh, I'm so glad that you like it. Ted, the original Ted movies, the whole concept is very blue. It's very adult. So not everybody loves it, even though it's hilarious. Sometimes it's too blue for people, and they did not take away anything for the TV series on Peacock. It's just as blue as the films were, if not more so. And people are loving it. Actually, the Ted series on Peacock is broke records. The most viewed original Peacock's ever had. That's not saying too much because Peacock's only been around a couple of years. But in this couple of years, this is the biggest premiere they've ever had. So good for you, Ted. And we'll be talking Ted for probably ever on this channel. I can't wait to get time so I can start talking Ted. The first Ted video I want to make, which will take some time once when I finally get to the week where I'm putting out this video, I want to show all the actors that are from the Orville that made an appearance in the Ted series, because there is a lot. So therefore, but I have to get to that. When I have time, I've got to do this video first that I'm doing. The video I'm doing right now, which will hopefully be out next week, is what might season 4 of the Orville look like in this day and age compared to the previous seasons. being the climate that we're in with television and streaming services and all that stuff. Not to mention just things that happened in the Orville universe in season 3. How will season 2 and 1? Now that I think of it, how will that affect a 4th season? So it should be a fun one. But man, once I finish writing it, just got a couple paragraphs left. I need to rewrite it and really just cut out a bunch of stuff. I think in my head, I've already cut out the first 2 pages. I'm like on page 4 or 5, and I'm like, you know what? I don't need those first 2 pages. So I'm going to probably cut those out, maybe save them for a different video down the line. And we'll see what happens, you guys. We'll see what happens next week. I make lots of promises, but I can only do what I can do. But my hope is to do it all. Is it worse than happy? Happy. Why does that sound familiar? Happy. Happy. That sounds familiar to me. I'm not thinking of it right now. They should explore unknown regions more. I agree. The more exploration that we get from the Orville, the better. One of the main things that I love about the Orville, and I loved about TNG, and I loved about Voyager, is they're out there exploring, discovering things. So the more the Orville does that, and remember, Ed was getting kind of pissed off that the Orville was kept getting missions to just transfer people from one place to another, and they say, "Hey, we're not a taxi service." Ed was saying to probably Admiral Halsey, I think it was, and they're like, "Yeah, I know. I'm sorry," because they want to get out there and they want to explore. They want to find more binary systems. They want to discover more strange new worlds out there. They want to seek out life and new civilizations and go where Star Trek hasn't gone in a very, very long time. Though I'm enjoying Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks and Picard Season 3 a lot. But even Picard Season 3 wasn't out there exploring. They were on a mission the whole time. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. But I like it when the crews of these shows and the ships of these shows find themselves in new areas with new people in a new situation, and they're like, "How do we deal with this? What will become of this situation?" Well, shows like the Orville, you find out. I love it. DJ129, when you mean blue, I'm guessing offensive or something. Ted is actually kind of upbeat, like the jazz music in his intro. It is very upbeat. Blue is something that it's a term from the comedy world. When comedians work in the blue, it means they cuss, it's raunchy, stuff like that. Even though it's all hilarious, some people are turned off by that. But I'm glad in this day and age, so many people aren't being turned off by it. I absolutely love the Ted series. All the episodes. How many episodes did we get? Was it 7? I think it was 7. I kind of feel. Absolutely loved it. Happy was Chris Maloney and an imaginary unicorn finding a kidnapped child. Yeah, nothing that I'm watching and liking sounds like has an imaginary unicorn in it. Though there are some movies coming out about imaginary creatures. There's a horror movie coming out about a imaginary scary teddy bear, and it's not the Ted movie or the Ted series, but it's a teddy bear who's alive and he's scary. And then there's something with Ryan Reynolds, I think I recall seeing something about imaginary friends, and the imaginary friends, they're real and you could see them and it's a lot of fun. We'll see how that comes out. It's Ryan Reynolds though, so it should be pretty decent. I like pretty much everything Ryan Reynolds does. Even 3 Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. It would be kind of fun, would be a mirror episode on the Orville. Yeah, some people consider the Kelly timeline a mirror universe. I don't consider that. I just consider it a universe stemming from something happening differently in the main universe, which actually isn't even the main universe. Even the main Orville universe is the Priya universe. I talk about that in my next video. We'll just talk about it with you guys since you're here. Priya the Orville in episode 5, season 1, Priya saved the Orville from being destroyed. The Orville was supposed to be destroyed. Was it a star or something? I can't remember. Some sort of galactic thing was going on. And the Orville gets destroyed. Priya goes back in time from the 29th century to the 25th century and saves the Orville. From that moment on, we are now in a different universe, which people are calling the Priya universe. And then we got the Kelly universe. And the Kelly universe, supposedly at the end of season 1, Mad Idolatry was hopefully fixed. No, not Mad Idolatry. What am I talking about? That's so dumb. Not tomorrow. The one after that. Well, it starts with tomorrow. I can't remember right now because my brain's a mile a minute. At the end of season 2, we are hoping that the timeline is fixed. And then we come up in season 3 and we see, yes, the timeline is mostly fixed, but different. And that's what the crew of the show of the Orville is saying. They're like saying it didn't quite all snap back exactly the same. That's why there's differences in season 3. That's why everything looks better in season 3. That's kind of what they were working with on set. I don't know if it's not in the canon or anything like that, but that's what the crew of the show is saying, that's the idea they were working with. DJ129. Also, I saw Peter Macon, the actor for Bortus, was in the Planet of the Apes trailer that came out, and he's great. Yes, you can hear, if you watch the Planet of the Apes trailer for the new one that's coming out, and it looks really dang good, you can hear Peter Macon. You can hear Bortus all throughout because he's playing a character. If I recall, it's been months since I've looked at it. I think he's playing a character named maybe Riki. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. A couple months ago, I was totally right because I knew what I was talking about. But a couple months have gone by, so don't quote me on it. But give it a Goog. Google will answer all the questions. Red cat habitat. I love saying that, by the way. Red cat habitat. That's a chant if I've ever heard one. Love your work. Thank you. I think people like the exploration episodes because they're basically lore-making engines. Oh, yeah, totally. Also, they're always an adventure, and they're always putting you up against a situation you never thought of before. And now you're watching this episode, and you're like, oh, I never thought of that. I never thought about going to a one-dimensional, or was it two-dimensional, I should say, two-dimensional world. Or was it one-dimensional? Man, that's not very many dimensions. I'm going to say two-dimensional. What happens if someone shows up from 7 years ago, all of a sudden they don't know what the heck's going on? You never know what's going to go on. Exploration is great. What happens when you find a strange area of space with spider people and they puke on your face and turn you into a spider person? They can't just call in a fleet of heavy cruisers to solve their problems. No, if you're way out there, the road not taken. Thank you, Matthew Longstaff. That was the name of the Orville episode with basically an alternate reality. Yeah, they just can't call in a fleet of heavy cruisers when they're out there. That's why they don't have transporters on the Orville. They can't just be beamed out of a situation all of a sudden, just right in the nick of time. They have to actually write their way. The writers have to write a way out of the situation or to change or evolve the situation. Can't just beam out. Sorry. Goog it. Give it a goog. A dark matter storm. Yeah, dark matter storm. Was that what was supposed to kill the Orville? Or was it the actual... They saved Priya from... I don't know, some sort of star or meteor or something like that, but maybe it was the dark matter. That's when the Orville found out there is such a thing as dark matter, and that's why you see in season 2, Talia, who's playing Janelle Tyler, She was coming on board as a spy to be the new dark matter cartographer. So they took a thing from season 1 and they brought it into season 2. It's pretty cool. Hey, Pranakasha Productions, thank you so much for that super chat. Transporters are bad for your eternal soul, it seems. Yeah, what happens with those transporters when they basically tear you apart and put you back together? Is it really you that they're putting back together? Or is it a different you? And so like that movie, what was that movie? Was it with Ed Norton and Wolverine? What was the one about that magician that was basically had to kill himself every time to make the trick work, but he would come back? I can't remember that movie. I saw it on an airplane years ago. Twice in a Lifetime is my favorite time travel story ever. And there's possibly, from the episode Twice in a Lifetime, multiple universes going on. First off, they just led us to believe with what we know, what we think we know, and trust me, nobody knows, what we think we know about how time travel works, made us think that maybe Gordon's family was made to disappear, like they never happened. Sure, that's what because we can wrap our minds around that. But is that what happened? Or is there a whole separate universe out there where they never get uncreated? They're still out there watching TV, having a good time, and there's a version of Gordon living in that part of the timeline. Also, notice when Gordon got sent back in time, he got split into like 6 or 7 different people. Are there 6 or 7 different Gordons out there in time somewhere? Is there going to be a follow-up in season 4? Is one of those Gordons going to show up? Is there a version of Gordon where his family was made to disappear, but he's still fine and he remembers them and he wants revenge? So he finds a way to travel to the future or wherever he's from to get to the Orville, pretend to be the Gordon that everybody knows, but is really there to sabotage everything. You never know, but it'd be a great story. Just before Voyage Trekkers, oh my gosh, where'd it go? There it is. Just before Voyage Trekkers ended, they started to address this. Ooh, Booger 414 knows. It must be addressed. 5 Gordons, Sugar Plum says. That's a lot more than 1 Gordon. That's like 5 times the amount of Gordons. Always go with 4 more Gordons than you're comfortable with. That's the rule of thumb. Red Cat Habitat. There's an old book called Rogue Moon, which explores that concept of basically faxing people. Yeah, it's a facsimile. I mean, are they really taking apart your DNA? Are they sending it to another place and putting it back together? Or is it copies of the particles that make you, your atoms? And they're putting it back together, but it's just copies they're putting back together. I don't know. Brian Dawkins. Hi, gang. There's Brian Dawkins, you guys. DJ129. What do you think they will do with Ed's daughter in season 4? Curious where this plot line goes. Well, we have to save her. We have to save Anaya, Gently Falling Rain, from her tyrannical mother, Talia, who's got a lot going on in her own right, but she's got a whole planet to run. She's got an entire war to figure out, because her and the Mocklins are united as they're a united front so far. We'll see how long that lasts against the Union. I don't think we'll ever get her back. I don't think we'll ever get her back. And who wants the Mocklins back? Not me. A little too much trouble for me. But we have to save Anaya. We have to get her away from Talia. And I think that's a great thing for Ed to concentrate on in season 4. It'll really give the Mercer character something to work with, something to have a story arc with over the course of the season. Yeah, Voyage Trekkers was saying the fact that transporters killed you and cloned you every time, right? That's what people are saying. Is there a parallel universe where Gordy doesn't play guitar? I doubt it. I bet you Gordon plays guitar in every version of Gordon that there is across the universe. Those to Shrike, those chairs on the bridge besides the captain and first officer don't look that comfortable. That far in the future, you would expect better chairs. I don't know, maybe they just don't look comfortable. I hear they're comfortable, and actually, they swivel. The season 3, the chairs are made to swivel, but I don't think anyone told the cast, because no one's hardly ever swiveling with them, but they can't swivel. There's a button right on the bottom. You press it, and the whole chair can move. But they're saying out they don't think they remember to tell Seth that the chairs can do that. Oh, Starbase is waiting for their egg salad sandwich. Or Sammy. Get you an egg salad, Sammy. They're delicious. Brian Dawkins, thank you so much for that super chat. Oh no, you're wearing a red shirt. Don't beam down to the planet. How is Nicola Kitty? Nicola is great. She's enjoying her new sister, Ruby, who's a little corgi puppy that we got just like 2 days ago. So now we have Rufy, the dorgy, Nicola, the kitty, and Ruby Jean, the corgi. And she's just turned 14 weeks today. So that's why I was at the veterinarian's office today, so she could get her first checkup and her first. Well, they checked her out. They said she's great. She's doing great. Gave her a little bit of medicine because puppies get worms easily, very, very easily. So they gave us some dewormer, and we made an appointment for 2 weeks from now to take her back to get checked up again. It's going to be great. Archmage Frey, official channel member. What's going on over here? Says Archmage Frey. Well, Archmage Frey, I needed to get a live stream in. I didn't have enough time to finish the video that I'm working on right now. I'm still writing the script for a scripted video that I'm hoping to have out by next week, but it will take a few days. I don't know how long the editing is going to take. In my head, I'm because while I'm writing, I'm also thinking about the editing. And I'm like, oh man, this is going to be a lot. And you got to be careful with your editing because there'll be a lot of Orville stuff in this video. So, you got to be real careful not to have things go on too long. I don't want to trigger the YouTube robots on me again, but I shouldn't. Other channels use other videos, TV shows, movies to talk over and explain things like that. So we'll see. But I'm like, I need to do at least a live show. But during the day, especially this week, I've been doing my rideshare stuff as much as I can. Dark Blood revisited Nicola. My cat Nicola is named after Nikola Tesla, for anyone who's wondering. Sugar Plum says, transporters convert you into energy, transmit the energy like radio. Wait, hold on. I got to scan up or scroll up, I should say. Like energy, like radio, and reconvert you to matter. Okay, that's a different way. That's a different description right there. You get converted and reconverted. But is all the energy there? Me not know. Booger says there is the Gordon from the Orville, the Gordon who lived on Earth with his family, but there also could be a Gordon who travels back to meet and live with Laura Huggins. Well, that's the one that had the family. His wife was Laura, and his kids, their kids were new people. Now, Laura, in the original timeline without Gordon, was supposed to marry that guy from the first episode, Lasting Impressions, and she probably would have had kids with him. So the kids So Gordon actually stopped the kids that she was supposed to have from being born because he replaced them with his own seed. What? Things are getting very adult here on Egotastic Fun Time. Surprise lifetime. Booger, does the super chat button mean your sentence was commuted? Yes, I am back to being monetized. I mean, it doesn't mean much. You still got to get a lot of views to make it mean anything. And I'm working on coming up with the schedule so I can start putting out regular Egotastic Fun Time videos style, again, you know, with editing and writing and stuff like that, as opposed to just off the top of my head. Off the top of my head is great once in a while. Sometimes it's necessary depending on what the topic is. But for the most part, I like to just make videos, but they do take a lot of time. Hey, John Gill, how you doing? Let's see. And I'm using StreamYard, so I can put comments up on the screen, which is pretty cool. Archmage Frey, I finally finished Ted after making it last. What's next? Ooh, have you tried Severance on Apple TV Plus? My favorite show of the year, or last year, or whenever it first came out. I watched Severance, absolutely loved it. Then I watched The Morning Show, absolutely loved it, but it's not the same. It's not the same type of show. It's not a sci-fi show. Like Severance is basically science fiction, more of in a Black Mirror type of way, but it's a full series, not an anthology series. I started watching Hello Tomorrow. I think I watched 4 episodes of that. Loving it so far. It's not as much science fiction as I was hoping, but I'm enjoying it. It's good, and it's got great people. I started watching Platonic with Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne. I think their name's Rose. That's pretty good. I watched a bunch of stupid game shows. I watched The Floor. The only reason I watched The Floor to start with is I'm like, oh, it's Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe is the host. That's Derulio from the Orville. And I've loved Rob Lowe my entire life. So I'm like, I'll check out The Floor. Ended up enjoying it. That's almost over. I'm excited for it to be done with, and I don't have to watch it anymore. And then I'm watching stupid, well, I'm not going to say stupid, but a dumb just game show type thing, a relationship game show, Farmer Wants a Wife, but I'm watching the American version as well. Sci-Fi Mombi, thank you so much for becoming a member. Official channel member again of Egotastic Fun Time, the remonetized edition. Thank you so much. Again, I'm going to be trying to do these live streams every Thursday, unless something happens. Today's a little bit of a tough live stream because, well, I'm putting pressure on myself just because I'm leaving tomorrow to I'm going on a jet plane. I'm going on an airplane to a different part of the country so I can help out with the final weekend of filming for Axanar. They've had many over the last couple of years. A couple of years ago, I went to like the first couple days of filming for Axanar. Now it's going to be the last day, so that's kind of cool. I'm there on the first days and the last days, but I'm also going over there to talk about a project coming up that can't tell you what it's about right now, but I can tell you later. Pranakasha Productions, official channel member now. Thank you so much. Now I get special highlights. Oh, and that's right. I have the option to... Wait, did I star that or did I unstar it? Does it already come as starred? Well, let me see. Can star things, you guys. But thank you so much. Oh, and Stream Elements is saying Pranakasha Productions just became a sponsor. Sci-Fi Mombi just became a sponsor. I didn't know that Stream Elements was tied in to StreamYards. That's pretty cool. Sugar Plum says, is there a Gordon from the monetized universe? and another from the demonetized universe? The quick answer is yes. The long answer is hell yes. That's more than double the amount of answer. Yes, there is one from the monetized and the demonetized universe, because I've talked about Gordon while monetized, and I've talked about Gordon while demonetized. I've even talked about Gordon while re-monetized. It gets crazy. There's more and more universes. The more things you can think of, the more universes there are. John Gill, I always loved what the first 5 letters of demonetized are. Demon. It's like a YouTube in joke. Demon. I've thought of that myself. I'm like, yeah, it is a demon. I hate it. I hate what YouTube has become. Actually, no, it was always a mess, wasn't it? It's just YouTube used to be cat videos. That's where cat videos came from. It was YouTube. Thank you, Sci-Fi Mombi. Safe travels, Egotastic Funtime. Very much appreciated. Demonetized Gordon must be evil. Actually, if you think about it, everybody on the Orville is demonetized because they don't have money. So the monetized version of Gordon might be the evil one. Halston Sage once worked with Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne. On what? What was she on? With the both of them. I like Rose Byrne and I like Seth Rogen quite a bit. Rose Byrne. And I didn't watch all of it, but I watched most of it. My wife watched all of it. She has a show on Apple TV called Physical, where I guess it takes place in the 80s. She's let's get physical, an aerobics instructor, but a TV instructor, when aerobics got really big on TV, infomercials and all that stuff. It's pretty good. And there's a lot more to it than what I just said. Yeah, YouTube is just Gilliac trash. Ain't it so? I wanted to do I plan on doing a live interview. Here, let me try this. Boom, it worked. A live interview with the guys from Popcast, all about being YouTubers, about all of our experiences, what we've noticed, how we feel about the YouTube platform. I just got to work out a day to do it. But they're already in. They said they're up for it. John Gill says, alrighty, it's 2 a.m. here. Just wanted to check out your stream for a moment, but I really got to sleep. Take care, JP. Thanks, John. Get some rest. It's very important. I go to bed early every night, just trying to get a full night's sleep. It very rarely happens. I'm always up. I'll fall asleep pretty quickly. I'll fall asleep for a couple hours, and then I wake up, and I can't go back to sleep, but I need to go back to sleep. But eventually you go back to sleep. I don't know if I ever get that full 8 hours, but I try to be in bed for at least 8 hours. But I do that by going to bed early because I get up early. Michael Mitchell, Egotastic Funtime, monetized. Gordon is just an egotastic entitled type. Not evil, just annoying. Some people say that about regular Gordon. Not evil, just annoying. Oh, watch Seth on Bill Maher's podcast thing. I've never listened to his podcast. What's it called? Oh, I know the name of it. I just had it in my brain a second ago. I saw him on the Bill Maher show, Seth MacFarlane. He mentioned the book Chaos Machine, which is a book that he recommended a few months ago that I read or audibled. Really damn good book. If you want to learn about the beginnings of social media and algorithms and all that stuff and where they started and where they ended up and everything in between, a great read, a really great read or a great listen. Check it out on audible.com or anywhere books are sold. But no, I didn't listen to the podcast. I think it's on my list of things to listen to, though. I did listen to Seth quite a bit. What was the name of the podcast he was on? I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one where he said when he was asked about season 4 of the Orville, that he said they're working on it. They're working on getting a season 4 of the Orville going. Can't remember the name of it. Oh, Club Random. That's Bill Maher's. That's right. Yeah, I've never listened to it, so I need to check out the Seth MacFarlane episode. I'll be rolling. So funny. Yeah, Seth is just hilarious. Even the podcast I listen to, I can't remember the name of it. Maybe one of you guys know. Seth was hilarious. And you can tell when he starts feeling comfortable because he starts getting more wacky. And the wackier he gets, the more comfortable he feels. And he was getting pretty wacky. Logically Speaking was the name of the podcast that I'm talking about. It was a great podcast. I thought the host was great. And of course, Seth was great. Really great topics. The host was not afraid to go there on certain topics, talk about, tell me about your first girlfriend and tell me about high school. And they're really talking about real life stuff, which was great. Greatest fears, stuff like that. Logically Speaking was when season 4 was mentioned. Club Random was the COVID debate one with Seth. Yeah, Seth has one view of it, and Bill Maher has another view of it. Seth is way more guidelines, got to follow the science. And Bill Maher was like that at first, and then after a while he started, because there's certain things that's pretty annoying. Like, you're driving around and you see somebody in their car fully wearing a mask in their car by themselves. And it's like, what's the point in that? And then there's the sciencey stuff, or when you're in crowded rooms, where that makes sense. So everything wasn't in uniform. Everything wasn't making sense in a uniform way. Some things made sense and other things didn't. And Bill Maher will call it out. Not everyone calls it out. Yeah, Bill Maher likes to make fun of everyone. He does, and he does that more so than before. Some people say, "Oh, Bill Maher's on this side or that side," and no, he's making fun of both sides on most issues. Seth appeared on one of Logic's albums a while ago as well, and his verse was heavenly. Worse Sinatra? No, just good vocals on their own. Yeah, Seth's a singer, you guys. The guy likes to sing. I was lucky enough to listen to him sing at the Orville IMAX premiere last year. Me and Seth are talking, and he's like, "Oh, excuse me," and he goes up and he performs 2 songs. It was great. He sang Old MacDonald, the old standards version. Old MacDonald had a farm. And they also sang, what's that Sinatra song? Oh, Going Down to Old Mexico Way. I can't remember the name of it. Down Mexico Way. I can't remember the song. Matthew Longstaff says Sage was with Rogen and Byrne in the film Neighbors. Oh, is she in that movie? I haven't seen that movie since it was a brand new movie. That's probably back before I knew who Halston Sage was. So if I rewatch, I'll be like, "Oh my God, that's Halston Sage." That Moose Jaw guy. I recently binged the amazing series Band of Brothers. Scott Grimes is in that. 2001. So I was surprised to see a very young Scott Grimes playing a soldier. Donald Malarkey. Yes, Scott Grimes is in that. I watched a few episodes of Band of Brothers back when it was brand new. I don't know if I ever got to the Scott Grimes part of it. But if I did, he wasn't Gordon Malloy yet, so I wasn't thinking about it. Brian Dawkins, thank you so much. I am getting ready to retire, but am not going to have a lot of money, but I still want to find you. I can do $7 a month. Oh my goodness. We'll have to see We'll have to see how to make something work there, Brian. We'll have to talk later about that. The dude Van Act. Unless that says the dude can act. Because Scott Grimes can act. And he can sing. And he can play the piano and the guitar and maybe other things. Colin Hanks was also in Band of Brothers. I remember when Colin Hanks was first introduced on the scene. I think the first time I noticed Colin Hanks... Wait, wasn't Colin Hanks the star of Orange County with Jack Black? Was that him? I think so. And I think that was the first time I saw Colin Hanks. I was like, Hanks? I'm like, wow, he looks just like a young Tom Hanks. Oh, his last name's Hanks? That must be some nepotism going on. But that's fine. The more Tom Hanks, the better. Even if we have to breed more Tom Hankses, that's fine. Go ahead and do it. Even if we have to teleport Tom Hanks and not put them together right, we take them apart and put them back together not correctly, it's still worth it because you still got Tom Hanks. Mostly Tom Hanks. Not all Tom Hanks. He's not the same. He's different. Barry Hellman did not read the article because it probably is BS, but Screen Rant has an article saying the Orville is canceled. Yeah, a lot of websites, especially AI websites, have that BS. If you don't hear it from Seth MacFarlane, Tom Constantino, me, don't believe it. But no, the Orville is not canceled. They're working on bringing it back. We don't have official news if it's been renewed or not. It might have been. It might be under the table renewed until they're ready, allowed to announce it. But we have not gotten an official announcement that the Orville's coming back. We just know what Seth has said. A multi-Gordon episode, which, by the way, sounds super awesome. Sugar Plum. Can be named the Zippaverse. Always go with one more Zippa than you're comfortable with. Barry says, if Adrian Palicki decides not to come back, hopefully they bring back Halston Sage. Possibly, or they'll just have they'll have room for a great new character. Also, the idea of Mercer dealing with the loss of Kelly would be an awesome storyline for Captain Mercer. But I feel that Adrian Palicki will be back. When it's time to come back to work and they say, hey, we would like you to come back to work and here's some new contracts. You get a whole year of acting work. Good luck finding that anywhere else. And that goes for any actor out there. Good luck finding an entire year of work. I bet she'll sign back on just like that. But if not, we'll make it work. But I love the character of Kelly, and I think Adrian does a great job with it. So I hope she comes back, but I also think she'll come back. You don't turn down work because she doesn't hate the show. She loves the show. She loves working on the show. She just wants to work on it more than the show has work to do because, once you film it, you got to do all the editing and all the more effects and getting it ready for to put out the new episodes. And then you have to wait to see if it gets another season. Then you have to wait for the episodes to be written, and then you start the process all over again. She's probably hoping for more of a older traditional style, which isn't really done anymore. Of you film, they're editing and working on it and putting out new episodes while you're still filming more episodes, and it just keeps going and going and going. TV doesn't work like that anymore. Now, whether that's a good or a bad thing, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it doesn't work like that anymore. Yeah. Ty is going to be like 20 years old. Hell, I think BJ Tanner's already 18 or 19. Ty right now, I think, is 15. So a new season should be out before he's 20, but we'll be getting a lot closer. Kelly could show up occasionally as a guest star, says Parnakosh Productions. She could, but I bet she signs up to be the full deal like she usually does in the other seasons. Maybe some more Alara. I love to, and I've said this almost every live show. I want to see Alara and Tala team up against some bad guys, and actually have some fisticuffs going on, Selayan style, laying down the pain. Barry says, hope she comes back as well, but I understand her frustrations. Yeah, she has legitimate frustrations. I think it's her expressing her frustrations is a great way and a classic way of getting a better contract next time. And I expect to see her because she likes the work. She just wants more of it. But, I think she'll just get a better contract next time. John Burns says Axanar trip. Yes, I'm going to Axanar this weekend to help with their final 2 days of shooting. I'm going to be helping with I'll be filming some behind the scenes stuff, maybe doing some live stuff. And then I'm also going to be conducting the interviews of the actors and working on and getting a meeting for some other production that we're looking to work on. Samwise, I have a crazy idea for season 4 or 5. Anaya, the Orville, Anaya. She's on fire. Shrike says her net worth is $4 million. I don't think she's hurting too much. She may be maneuvering for a better contract. Probably maneuvering for a better contract. Also, if you got net worth from some website, it's probably wrong. Most actors are like, where are they getting this stuff from? But we'll see. The internet is tough, you guys. All of human knowledge is on your phones and on the internet, but also all of human misinformation is also there, and there's a lot more of it. So it's hard to sift through things and find out what's true and what's not true. Sugar Plum says, I thought Axanar was sued out of existence. Nope, they weren't. CBS just threw down some rules. They threw down rules for fan films, and the Axanar 2 is just following all the rules that were set down, but they're still allowed to move forward. Ty and Lamar should do dueling pianos. Yeah. Now, Jay Lee, who plays John Lamar, is an amazing pianist. Yeah, he plays the piano super good, you guys. I've been to his show twice. A couple years ago. Well, actually, pretty recently, he did some shows somewhere on the East Coast, I think. I can't remember exactly where, but he did one in LA a couple years ago. I went to both nights. Man, is he good. He is such a good piano player. He's classically trained. And Ty, who's played by Kai, you've seen Ty play the piano a little bit. He has a little piano recital, things like that. Well, he's really learning in order to do so he's able to do those scenes. And he's getting pretty good as well. Samwise, Anaya's life is in danger by a nutty nihilistic krill played by David Tennant. Boom, you won me at David Tennant. And Talia breaks down and tells Ed where their daughter is hiding to save her. Ooh, that'd be interesting if Talia has to come to Ed to say, help save our daughter. And because you know how crazy Talia's gotten, but she obviously loves her daughter. So maybe, and even though she was trying to use her daughter as as bait to get Ed to let her go, which is crazy. But if Talia has to come to Ed to ask for his help in order to save their daughter, I like that a lot. That's a good story. How fast do Krill children grow anyway, says Michael Mitchell. Wouldn't Anaya be either a teen or adult by now? I don't know. And she was obviously older than we thought she would be when we saw her. When does that stop? Does it go all the way to adulthood, or does it stop around the age that she's at now? The last time we saw her, we don't know. We don't know. Topa grew up very, very quickly. She's basically 17 the last time we saw her, but she's really only a couple of years old. How old? And if she grows all the way to 17 in just 2 years, how old is Bortus? What if Bortus is only 10 years old? Wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be so funny if we found out that Mocklins grow to maturity very quickly and that Bortus and Clyden are only 10 years old. That'd be hilarious. Dark Blood Revisited. If Orville season 4 happens, will we get a JP cameo this time? If they allow it, you sure as hell will. If they allow a JP cameo, it will happen. I'm pretty sure JP will have to be wearing some alien makeup, but that's fine too. I could be a Retepsian. Thanks, Tom Dewey. Tom Dewey says, so good to see you again, JP. So good to see you, Tom. FP Sunny. We love penists. I just spread it. That's what he said. I pronounced all the words. I pronounced them correctly. Isn't Talia in a union prison, though? No, they didn't catch her. Well, they beat her up. Did they catch her at the end of Domino? Yes, and then she tried to use Anaya. She escaped last time because at the end of episode 6 in season 1, the Krill episode called Krill, she was caught and put into a union prison, and then she escaped, and then she made it to Krill and started her whole campaign and all that stuff. But yeah, she was caught, wasn't she, in Domino? But all that would do, even if she never makes it out of that prison, Krill will just have another power vacuum and somebody will fill it. The two foster parents of Anaya said that exact thing. They said there's always another Talia. Yeah, Mocklin kids sure grow fast. After when Topa was only 3 months old, Bortus and Clyden were trying to enroll her into school because she was actually the equivalent of an 8-year-old at 3 months old. And they said, no, she's only 3 months. You can't put her in school yet. And they said, well, say hello to Topa. And Topa's an 8-year-old. And the rest of the crew's like, what? That's crazy. And so they put her in school. Got to read the Orville comic books. They're very good, you guys. They give you a lot of that behind the canon information. Talia was sent to prison for war crimes. That's right. And she was like, oh, I'll let Anaya go if you let me out of here. And Ed's like, no, you're not going to use our daughter for that. But I'm sure she has plenty of power, even from behind bars. Joe Flippo, what's going on, Joe? How you been? Yo, JP, greetings from San Antonio. Hope you and the wifey are well. We are. We had a great Valentine's Day. We got a puppy. We went grocery shopping at Walmart today. What's better than going to Walmart? Sugar Plum. Hey, JP, would it help at this point to rewatch the series, or has the die been cast? That is a good question. I would think the more views it continues to get, because it still gets a lot of views, all the better. But don't put the pressure on yourself. If you watched it a bunch already, there's other things to watch. Maybe every once in a while throw in an episode of the Orville, but don't make it a daily thing if it's an inconvenience. But yeah, I'm sure the more views it gets consistently as time goes on, the more when Disney is like, okay, we got money again. We're afraid to spend money right now because of the strikes, but eventually they're not going to be afraid. And when they're not afraid to say, okay, and the show's doing well, let's give us some money. Oh, the numbers are really good. Let's give it more money. So basically, when it comes time to renew it, the views that it's getting will probably dictate the budget. Ed let her go, I thought. I thought that was the whole irony of the fact that he let her go. He let her go at the end of the episode, the fishes, nothing left on earth excepting fishes. I cannot remember the end of Domino, if she was taken in or not. But you're saying that she is, and some of you are saying she was taken in for war crimes. That would make sense. The Moose Jaw guy, the USS Callister thing is fun and exciting. Yes, we are getting supposedly, we're supposedly getting 3 more episodes of USS Callister. If you saw us, I think it was season 4 of Black Mirror. The first episode was called USS Callister. A really great story. But they were having a lot of fun with the original series Star Trek. We're getting 3 more episodes of it. Basically a little mini series. And I'm hoping if that series does well, that they'll say, hey, let's do some more episodes. Axanar, Kate Vernon. Yeah, she was in the original Axanar. Michael Mitchell, we need to see the hijinks that Kaylon will get into now that they are union members. Yeah, there's a lot of one of the fun things about Kaylon and same thing about Isaac is the things they don't understand. The human things, the way humans act that Kaylons don't get, don't understand. Humor, they don't quite get. But I'm betting that there's going to be a lot of Kaylon the next time we see them that now have emotions. So we're probably going to have a whole different thing to deal with. What happens when the Kaylons that are able to get the procedure done, what happens if they have emotions? Shrike says, I didn't think they recaptured her, but I might be mistaken. Maybe. I can't remember it for some reason, even though I've seen that episode a million times. Joe Flippo, got to rewatch Domino. Red Cat Habitat. Well, I'm off to bed, folks. JP, whatever you make, I'll watch. Cheers. Well, I'm going to be making a how to make French press coffee video next week. I hope you watch it. No, just kidding. I will not be doing that. I wish I had a French press. I don't drink coffee that much anymore. I used to drink a lot of coffee. Don't drink it that much anymore. But I wish I had a French press, because a French press makes really damn good coffee. But get some rest, Red Cat Habitat. Thanks for stopping by. Actually, I have to end the stream pretty soon, you guys. Like I said, I have to finish this stream, and then I have to start packing. I have to pack up some camera equipment. I have to pack up clothes and toothpaste and toothbrush and all that stuff. As soon as I'm done here. All right, Strike says, okay, I know what I'm watching tonight. Well, it's your job to watch that episode, Strike, and report back to us. Was Talia taken in or was she let go? I personally cannot remember right now. John Burns says, I met Aaron Gray. Very nice person. Oh, I remember Aaron Gray. Aaron Gray was in the original Axonar. Michael Mitchell talking to John Burns. Aaron was every guy's crush next to Suzanne Summers. Suzanne Summers from Chrissy from Three's Company. And the Thigh Master. She played herself in the Thigh Master trilogy. Coffee is jet fuel for the mind, isn't it though? Damn fine coffee from Twin Peaks, says Bob Grimes. Pranakasha says, coffee can't hold a candle to Chef Bev's chai. Man, I haven't had chai tea in years and years and years, but I did enjoy it back in the day. When I was a younger man, I worked at Starbucks for almost a decade. That was back when Starbucks didn't have as many drinks as they have nowadays. I couldn't handle. I was very good. I was a very, very good barista when I was a younger man. I couldn't handle it nowadays. They have to make too much stuff. It would just annoy me. Michael talking to Sugar Plum. Military coffee is pretty much really is jet fuel. Heck yeah, we need more jet fuel, you guys. I used to really like Turkish coffee. Couldn't get it just anywhere. You just had to get it, come across Turkish coffee and drink it when you got it. But those few times that I did, I loved it. I would get really jazzed up from Turkish coffee. I'd be on the jazz, you guys, like Hannibal. Linda Carter. That's Wonder Woman. Man, when I was a kid, I used to watch reruns of the old Wonder Woman show all the time. Wonder Woman! Dun, 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 dun. Wonder Woman! The Fall Guy. I used to watch The Fall Guy, too. That's with Lee Majors, wasn't it? Brian Dawkins says she was tried for war crimes. She used up her get out of jail free card. That's right. Talia, you can rot in prison. Don't escape again. Wonder Woman and season 2 Wonder Woman 8-4. Hot chocolate made out of hot water mixed with fresh molten chocolate from freshly ground cocoa beans. You had me at molten. Molten's my favorite flavor of chocolate. It might burn your tongue, though, but man, is it worth it. All right, you guys. I have to get packing. I wanted to check in, but I have to get packing. Ryan Gosling in the Fall Guy movie. That's right. I think I saw a thumbnail for that, didn't I? I can't remember. Lava cake with molten chocolate on the inside. Thanks, Archmage Spray. I'm going to try to have a fantastic trip. I'll try to check in. I'll try to check in while I'm there. Don't know if I'll have the time to do it. I don't know what's going on when I get there. I'll find out when I get there. But I do know there's going to be some great people, and it's going to be a great time. And I get to see an old friend of mine who I don't know if I can tell you who it is at this moment, but an old friend of mine. Really looking forward to seeing them.
I do have to get going, you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the super chats. You are really helping out. Help me try to keep the lights on here. But I'll see you guys very soon. I'll be back next week. I'll check in, let you guys know. Hopefully see you live next Thursday. I think everything's cool. Nothing's in the way of that, but we'll see. I'll see you guys very soon. And as always, we all do better when we all do better. Oh, and I got a thing I can do. Oh, that's right. Let me do it. Here we go. Love you. Bye-bye.
EGOTASTIC fun time. We're gonna have a great time. EGOTASTIC fun time. Give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny. Just give me money. I love money. Give me all your 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 money.